Hello and welcome back to another expedition trial. We are on patch 3.40 and a lot of changes came in. Let's see how they affect expeditions. Jump into our second trial here. Really looking forward to seeing what happens with the meta and how this new change will shape up. We see a Jayce. Oh, interesting. So they did finally add him in. A day for progress it is. And great progress. You also see the Rocket Barrage here. This is actually the card that was just added in recently for the constructed reasons, for balance reasons, and really cool to have it here. And I'm really looking forward to finally being able to play with Jayce. There was Sky Cruiser, very cool elusive card. You also see now over here, also a card that has been changed, but I'm of course wanting to give Jayce a shot here. And on the left side we also see Lulu, but here let's just pick up Jayce, and immediately we see as a second pick the Senna here with a Nivea, probably with the Jayce big spells. The best one to go for here would be the Senna. Nivea I can see with like late game stuff, but probably the Senna is just definitely better. And also could go the Elnark Iceborne deck, one of my favorite archetypes ever. Okay, so unfortunately my draft got a little bit corrupted. I tried recording the draft, but unfortunately I had some audio problems. It kept like in the background, made like some really weird noises. I didn't really know how to fix it, so I kind of had to delete this footage. I ended up with a good Jayce list here and Senna as well, but unfortunately I couldn't showcase the draft here, but we will still showcase the games. We have a long way to go. Can we take our Jayce deck to 7? And I'm going to change my loadout, and I will see you immediately in the first game. Here we are versus Raffi98, and Raffi is playing a Galio and Braum deck, probably some Northuma level cards, and I'm going to just keep my Forge of Tomorrow's Jayce, mulling away the other cards. Let's see what we can do. Also, like, made my Jayce and Forge. Like, Jayce was already prismatic, but I also made my Forge and my Sky Cruiser prismatic. We draw our Albus Pharaohs, a card I didn't even showcase, but pretty cool to see those epics added to the game. And we just can play out our 3-2 here, just some fearsome. And this should be really hard for them to deal with because of their small attack units. Let's see if they're more on the Braum side or in the... Okay, it looks more on the Galio side. And let's just move in with our 3-2 here, just attack. And they can't block us. Pretty good so far, passing around here. Nothing else to do. 3 damage is always nice, and we find a bunch of burn. We now play the Forge of Tomorrow. This is basically the perfect card for expeditions. General Jayce just fits so nicely here. Doesn't seem overpowered, doesn't seem underpowered. Just an exactly right spot for expeditions. In comes the Rune Sculptor, or the Architect, I guess it's called. Pretty good synergy here with the others, and we have our Runeterra, who can't be blocked by them. That's pretty nice. General, the deck should have pretty low amount of ways to deal with that. And yeah, let's see if they want to attack us. Pretty sure they won't attack us here because we could just block the 1-5. That would be okay. It seems like they're going to attack, but I can just block the 1-5, and this doesn't really matter that much. Here we go, and nice 3 damage. We take 4 damage here, but I don't think they ever will run us down. They have no direct damage, no direct burn or something like that. And we can just run out our Jayce. We have to choose between Quick Attack and Challenger. Let's go for the Challenger. And then we can threaten to take down the 1-2 here for free. Let's see how this works out. And yeah, we also have the Jayce board background. Patricide Hound coming out. These formidable units, I didn't really play with them that much. Let's just go in for the attack, and I'm going to challenge the Rune Sculptor here. Just take it out because it adds value over time by it. And yeah, seems good. There's the Architect, you can also challenge that one. But I think the Sculptor is just a little bit more powerful with all these granted +1/+0. That's just such a strong effect. And we have our Albus Pharaohs for late game. That should be pretty good. We also got a 2-shot barrage. And a Jayce, that's just so nice. All of these epics and the Forge of Tomorrow now in different archetypes. Liquid Horror came from the Nightfall, this Nightfall package. Go for the block. That's just fine. We can take down their unit, and Oh, we have a spell, Troll Chant. Unfortunate, that means we won't be taking out the Duran Sculptor here, nothing we can do. But we can still destroy it next turn. And yeah, what else is going on? We have no mana, let's just go into our turn. We can maybe play one of our big spells or just go for our Sky Cruiser here. Sky Cruiser is a 4/4 elusive, just very strong. Not as strong as Rainbow Fish of course, but we have to see how the meta develops around it and what the good people figure out for it. Also the Rocket Barrage is just so nice that they added these contact specific cards immediately to expeditions. And this seems to be a very strong card, may probably make PNC viable again. You could just go for it here, doesn't really seem that good. The alternative would be like we can take down one of the small guys or we can take down the dragon. Alternative would be the Sky Cruiser, this is also pretty good. And I'm not sure what is actually better here. You can shoot either the Drake or the Sculptor and maybe finish the other one off with the Speakable Horror. However, I'm not sure if that's actually correct. Drake is also a cool card here in Expeditions because it's just so big. A little bit unfair sometimes to face it, especially if you are playing like some of the newer archetypes. But yeah, Favor Sky Cruiser coming out, pretty nice, but we have to see. So the Forge of Tomorrows for a big spell next turn, and they call for attack. I won't really mind these 7 damage here. Can easily take that. Yeah, still at 16 life. Life is a resource. We can take some big hits. That doesn't matter. We have 2-shot barrage to finish all of them off. Maybe even flip our Jayce here. That seems pretty strong. We have another spell. Single combat. Unfortunate. We can't really save our Jayce here. So Jayce going down. We have to flip in another game. And yeah, let's go to our turn. But we should have a big swing here with our 2-shot barrage. Let's just immediately take down hit all of the units. And yeah, they basically have no board left. We have a fearsome unit that they can't deal with. And this showcases that even expedition decks can have edges over like constructed level decks that didn't play any bad card yet. Maybe like they should have like some mega lookouts in the deck at some point. Maybe a Fiora or something. I can't say Fiora because it's a champion. But so far only played good cards, but our 1/2 mana 3/2 fearsome is just so strong, and the Sky Cruiser as well. Here comes the 2-shot barrage, and we get our level up on our Sky Cruiser. Now a 4/4 elusive, so hard to deal with. And what are they going to do against this? They can play another single combat, but then it's a trade. Otherwise it just takes 7 damage, and now we have enough damage in hand, like 3+3+1. That's just enough already to take them out. I don't see them ever playing healing. Here comes Braum, doesn't really matter that much. And I'm not seeing really how they are coming back from this. Shock Blast is nice, get excited. And yeah, just 7 damage here. If the Dawning Shadows, it's funny because it doesn't actually do anything against the formidable units, but we should just be good enough. Okay, here comes the attack. I'm not ever seeing us ever dying here, so I think we are fine. It's going to block the bigger one. And yeah, they are figuring it out. Go for the take card here. I guess I blocked the one with the 4 damage instead of the one with the 2 damage. And yeah, shouldn't have any way to kill us. Even the double Shield of Duran just puts us at 1. So I don't see them ever winning here. Here comes the first Shield of Duran, just taking us to 1. To 4 even. But then we just have 7 damage of burn in our hand. And this is just what's the stronger about Jayce in expeditions. The blast can be used as removal, or all of these strong spells like Shock Blast, who are not really that strong in constructed, can shine in expeditions. And yeah, just a lot more burn going on here, and a lot more damage overall. And then comes we can discard our Rocket Blast or just Elbows Ferris, just show them that we got it. No, I'm going to discard Rocket Blast, maybe they want to know that it exists in expeditions. And then next turn we can finish with a Glimpse Beyond. Yeah, a Circle Horror Glimpse Beyond is just good enough here. Let's go to our turn and just immediately go for the Unspeakable Horror to hopefully close this game out. Let's see, do we have any answer? Do they have the answer here is the question. They shouldn't have really any way of healing in these regions. Like at fast speed, they could have like a Catalyst of Eons, but it doesn't really exist anymore. So I'm not sure if they are going to have a way out. Probably not. Let's see here together. Shows -1. And yeah, we did it. We got our first expedition win. Now it's time for our champion pick. Nice. So for our champion pick, we of course see a Jayce again. And I'm not going to pick this one. We have already a bunch of Pharaoh Sky Cruisers, a bunch of Shock Blasts. I want to go a little bit lower, a little bit more with lifesteal. And I think the Senna is just a better choice with the Ixtali and the Burgeoning Sentinel. So that seems pretty good. And I'm going to add her to my deck. And next battle here versus Prima. And in this one, I'm just going to mulligan away Jayce and then Horror. Keep 1 2-drop, don't need 2 2-drops. Can keep Jayce as well, I guess. And they are playing an interesting combination. Braum mode, welcome, welcome. Let's wave back. They're playing the Braum and Viktor deck. Not really sure what that is. Probably Battle Scars or Fluft and Tuft. And some kind of... Oh, it's a pool header, so it's probably more like Fluft and Tuft. And yeah, we should be good against all of these Poros early on. We get our 3 damage in. Awakened Horror, just such a good card. And I would hope that it would see more lane constructed. But it's a little bit too slow for the meta sometimes. But just 2 mana fearsome is just strong. Daring Poro now means they definitely are in Fluft and Tuft more than they are in like Battle Scars, for example. And they just go in with the elusive. Okay, turn 4, we can play out our Jayce. And this is just such a power play on turn 4 in Expeditions. Just immediately get to take down the unit, or just hit in with a big challenger guy. And it's just very fun to have him here. Let's see what our opponent is doing. How they are going to respond to this. They can't really play out a Viktor, for example. They might just be struggling, thinking about what to play. Just play a Braum instead. But they can't play a fearsome, and we can just take down the small Poro here. Yeah. Should be fine. Okay, I have a spell. Mystic Shot. Okay, that's fine. Trade for trade. Weird, because Mystic Shot doesn't even live in the Viktor card pools. But maybe they picked it up in a wild pick along the way. Let's see what they draw. And I think we're still doing fine. We have a Vengeance for Braum. And yeah. This is not constructed where they would play like gigantic like Joy's Evolution and stuff like that. Or like the Aurora Borealis, even if they picked up 1 or 2. But it's generally too slow for Expeditions. I'm just going to block this one here for free. Probably a bit of a beginner mistake here. And then we can run out our Senna, just get our champions on the board. And yeah, they just have 1 Braum. If it really ever becomes a problem, we can just take it out with Vengeance. And should be fine. I could have 2 Braums, I guess. We had to win 1 now. But yeah, Mighty Poro number 2 coming out. This is an actual one. Seems like they're definitely very heavy in the deck. Okay, we draw a Blighted Caretaker. Let's see what we can do here. Shock Blast now. Can easily take down these 2 Poros. And that should be pretty strong. They might have Poros next, but I didn't play it so far. So I don't... Okay. Against the Poros next, it would be unfortunate top deck. The top deck, the Aurora Borealis, like you can't play around in Expeditions. Like, who plays that? Like it's an epic, of course you can't play around in Expeditions. But still... And we didn't know they didn't have a normal Poros next, because otherwise would have gone for my Jayce, I think. Still get our mana back, and we still get our Darkness here. Just going to play out my Darkness immediately so that I can attack with Senna. And then... I guess we can also take down the Braum here. Wait, I forgot to attack with Senna now. Oops. So we missed 1 Darkness, shouldn't matter too much here in the long run. So we have so much value in our hand, it should be fine. But kind of scary with the Poros. I've been playing a bunch of Power of Champions recently, and Poros there are definitely scary. But we should be fine here. Let's just see. And yeah, Mighty Poro number 3 now, or number 2 I think. So yeah, common card, so you can see it multiple times in Expeditions. In Expeditions you can actually go over the level of cards you can go and construct it. So this is why we can also see multiple Mighty Poros here. And more Poros energy. I didn't know that this one existed in anti-Poros, but I think they added it as well. A lot of changes happening here in Expeditions. Very interesting, very fun format now. And they just go for an attack. You can just block Skull attack, interestingly enough. And yeah, should be fine against the Poro deck. We just have so much weight game. Overwhelm bug didn't get fixed yet, so I guess they're prioritizing Expeditions over like bug fixes and stuff, which is nice to see. Just pushing the format a little bit, making it more competitive. And yeah, showing a little bit after it with all of these new cards, new champions, new buckets. It's just so cool. And we have a sapling here. Now we can push for damage, and we also have a lot of just space here. I'm going to take down the 2/6 first, just so we have a better attack here immediately. And yeah, this also flips our Jayce, so now our 6-cost spells are damage or doubled. So we just will do a lot of damage here in the long run. And let's just go for a affectionate Poro. This one was generated by the thingy. You can go 3 regions in Expeditions, but we just didn't choose so. And of course you can still generate. Here's the Pharaoh's Dividend, and it shows neg 18, so they should probably block us. And they go for Senna block, interesting. There's a jump block, or do they have like a spell? Okay, top deck spell, another Poros next, a little bit unfortunate. But they should still probably take down my Jayce, because like, I get it, you just face him probably the first time Expeditions, but he has a special ability that can like double your spells. So you should always be aware of that, and Jayce is pretty scary, especially with all of these burns that you have in hand. And I think once again the Shock Blast will be the deciding card and will just burn down our opponent from the last 3 life, unless they have any kind of fancy healing. We see a Rocket Barrage again, very nice. A little bit of a weird synergy here with Jayce, because Rocket Barrage actually costs 5 mana. I'm not sure why they added it to the Today is Progress Day, or whatever it's called, a good day for progress or so. I added it to the Jayce package, but I guess it's better than what's not existing. Suppose that will not be enough. Let's go for the damage here, and you see it now. Probably opponent sees it for the first time. Yeah, Expeditions players are not very used to Jayce yet, and this is going to be our second win. Let's see what we can get for trade picks. Nice success. Okay, for trade picks here, we could get rid of a Sapling Toss. I think I actually like it. We don't really need much burn. I'm not a big fan of Furious Fairfolk, so I'm just going to trade out my Runeterra for an Academy Prodigy and move on to 0 now. Good feeling with this deck. Let's just see. Okay, Riven and Viktor here. A little bit interesting. This is probably the Augmented Assault deck, and they are trying to do a lot of damage in one single swing. And yeah, let's see if we can overpower that, or if we're actually going to struggle against it. Runeterra on 2, this one we have 3 in our deck, so it's just going to oftentimes show up on 2, and it's a very good, strong turn 2 play. We can attack in with our Runeterra, and first 3 damage, and it didn't have any early game plays. Usually this deck tends to have some kind of early game. We draw a Gotcha, also quite good. They draw a Ballistic Bot, very good, can exactly line up. Ballistic Bot of course lives in the Viktor archetype, so that's good that we can shoot it down here immediately. And yeah, Sonnet Urchin coming out, and discarding an Ambush, interesting. So they might, Ambush only lives in the Caitlyn archetype, interesting that they have this in their deck. Can make sense with like a Viktor or a Riven if they go big, but you only have like 4 champions in the deck at this point, so it's not really that likely that they find all of them. And this is a cool combo, Masked Mother onto the 2/1. This means that they can't play the Viktor out now, because the other would just challenge it. And of course Masked Mother only gains the positive keywords, so keep that in mind when you draft around Kindred, for example, where you will see Masked Mother often, that you can even not eat the unit up here. And Riven is interesting, they just give up one of their 4 champions, and you get to just take that out and push them down to 14. So pretty good. 1 champion down, and we can even answer another one here if they have it, and they just have another Viktor. And this is kind of frustrating, just 4 champions in the deck, just immediately finding both. While we have the Piercing Darkness, we immediately shoot him down. Viktor now has the 0 cost I hope this will make his archetype shine a little bit more in expeditions and make him a little bit stronger there. And yeah, we come in 2-1. It's not an urgent, we can just block this one. And yeah, I think this is fine. We just don't render a little bit of damage. If we just go for our Jayce and our burn spells here, we should be good to go. And this turn we can just run out our Sky Cruiser here, just pushing some damage. We also play Jayce, but Sky Cruiser a little bit better, I think, because of the elusive. And we just have to push in damage here. And we can play our Jayce when the time is good, better, and then get more value out of him. Another Viktor, so that's the second Viktor, so that's the last one they have in the deck. A little bit unfortunate that they have both immediately, but you can do what to do. Hex upgrade, not elusive, not elusive, not elusive, not challenger. Okay, impact is really the worst one they can get. Yeah, pretty cool. Another Hex upgrade coming out. And new Android. That's a very squishy target for our Shock Blast. And we can just immediately blast them down, have them in lethal range with our Crucial Barrage next turn, and this will also flip our Jayce. We played a Piercing Darkness earlier. Nice. Goodbye, Cat. Good. Hello, Jayce level up. Such a low mastery level. I played him a little bit constructed recently, but now you can finally grind him up in expeditions. Okay, Rune Reaver coming out. So they have a bit of both, I think. They have like the Viktor side and the Riven side. Pretty good. Augmented Assault bucket combination here. Very nice. And yeah, I'm going to pass a little bit because I obviously want to attack. And we don't just want them to have like a random burn spell here. I'm going to pass and just let them deal damage to me. Not even going to block because otherwise I might play more spells. Just go to 11. Then we can play out our Jayce. And they are never going to burn me out. They don't like. There isn't that much running expeditions. They can have like a Get Excited, for example. Here comes a Jayce flip. Always refreshing to see it still. And it's just very nice to actually have it here. Field testing is also nice. We damaging the opponent Vega bot here. And I'm just going to go for an open attack. And we should have enough damage from this point on. Need like to double Misty Shot my Sky Cruiser. But do they have it? No? Okay, no, I don't think there's any out for them now. And we are going to take down this pretty good deck, I would say. They have like multiple cards. A little bit weird of the Fallen Rider, and a little bit of a different archetype. That's what's happening in the expeditions. You just get random cards sometimes. Goodbye. And yeah, it seems pretty nice. Another win for our books. And GG. And this should get us a bit more points on our expedition leaderboard on the ranked list they introduced with the last patch. Let's just see. Nice. Now, okay, Masters level is still 98, 89. Very cool. Next trade pick here. I really like the choice of Jayce again. We have another Elvis Ferris, so we're lucky. Multiple epics in one run. It's pretty cool, but I think this is also a little bit boosted, so you are seeing more epics here. Just going to go for another Senna though. And move on to the next match. Let's see if we can actually take this one to 7 wins. Okay, Mono Shurima here. Very interesting. It's being played and constructed a bunch. And I've heard it to be quite strong. Let's actually see how good it is and if it can hold up in expeditions as well. Okay, Buried Sun is coming out turn 1. It should be obvious. Probably had this in like an Ascension bucket. It's actually both are. Okay, Doomkeeper, a little bit aggressive. Doomkeeper usually not a card you want to play in expeditions because you can't only have like 4 champions, so you can't easily have them both. But yeah, go to our turn. Sting Officer coming down. Probably only a 2-drop, and then we can hit in for elusive. Shurima doesn't have any elusives, they can't like quicksand us yet. Might play like a Rock Hopper, for example. Soothsayer. It seems a little bit bad to draft Soothsayers. I don't think this is a very good card to play still, even if you're Mono Shurima. Like, there is basically no landmark removal in expeditions, so you shouldn't really play Soothsayer. Unraveled Earth comes out, you don't really care about that, and they're just like doing very low tempo plays. Unfortunately, our hand is a little bit awkward with a bunch of spells. And yeah, should be okay. I think we are pretty decent ahead. Zero mana, Feral Prescience, another card that just doesn't do that much on its own. And this is not really what you should go for here. If mono Shuriman expeditions should mostly just actually draft good units, good curve. I don't think these soothsayers and stuff like that is good for anything. You're just ending up jump blocking, and if you don't find your champions in time, you just lose. Remember, you just have 4 of them in your deck. Rockhopper is fine. We have our Withering Veil. A little bit of an awkward hand again. We just have Glimpse Beyond, Dusk, like Caretaker, not really that much payoff. I was looking for the draft for Shadow Isles for more of the Vengeance and stuff. I didn't really find that many. And yeah, they draw another Fairy Prescience, a bunch of Predict coming in. Interesting combination of stuff. But in the end, this Predict all don't do anything. You should play more for the board and expeditions. And yeah, I'm just going to take this trade. And yeah, pretty nice. So now we can actually run out of Senna, for example. And gets vulnerable, but what the deck I saw so far, they seem to have a bunch of like small guys. And we can just go to our turn and push in more damage with our elusive. Play out the Boo Sentinel here. Maybe even both. It depends on what they are playing out. And let's see if we can get some impact here on their life total. Xerath coming out. Okay, we should take that down before they get the chance to play more landmarks. We can actually take it down right here with our Senna and the Darkness. We put the Darkness on this deck. I attack with Senna. We should get a second Darkness. And it would be very nice if we could get rid of this Xerath here. They just don't block. And we can just try afterwards. Big hit though, down to 7. We might even be able to burn them out here. And the second Soothsayer. It's good in this situation, but in general, you don't want to pick this card in expeditions. It's just not good enough. You just imagine you don't have your champions. And like I said, there's almost never remove in expeditions, so you shouldn't really. Okay, it's just a little bit of an unfortunate. Interesting that Senna accelerates the Rocket Barrage. It's quite cool. And Rite of Calling, discarding a mana gem. Yeah, they just like might hit another Xerath, and they're not immediately slamming a card here, so there might actually be another Xerath. And this pass was a little bit awkward. I wanted them to play Azir first before I Dawning Shadows, but I think this is a little bit greedy. Should have probably just like killed. Unfortunately, the pass back to us. That was really bad for us. Now they give them more time to find like an Azir. But remember, it's just 2 of, so they might not have it actually. Okay, and we get the ping of the Space Shield, and now just get to try and take down the Xerath. Again, they might have just a second Xerath, but we have to do something here. And they go for another low value card here, Scrying Sands. So I guess this is just, they try to build an all-in Shurima Sandisk deck, but what if you don't draw your champions? It's just very unlikely. I don't like this approach they're taking. And this is generally why Shurima and the Moon Shurima Ascension bucket are pretty weak in expeditions. We take them Xerath before it levels up, which is quite good. And yeah, let's see if we can push this to a lethal here. A leveled Earth coming out. And they level up their Azir here. Flash from tap doesn't really matter that much. And here comes Azir. And I think it's just through that. I'm not sure. In comes the Azir. And they go down to 9. Even 8. That's a little bit awkward. We can't really play any more units out, because if they have the second Xerath here, they would just level him up. But again, we can't just not play units out. That's the other part. Like, how are we going to win this game is the question. Just goes for the attack. We're taking out my Boo Sentinel. Might sacrifice it, but I think just want to take down their unit as well. And this is a little awkward because we can't really play any unit. Because if we play a unit here, maybe we don't have the second Xerath. Maybe we just have to play around, like play into it, and just say, okay, I'm fine if you have a second Xerath, you win. But this is very unlikely. They might have just drawn the Azir, and we didn't really pay that much attention. Close, but I don't think we ever win just by taking with the 2-man and the 4/4. Maybe we have to try. I'm not sure here. I'm just going to go for the Jayce, and we're going here to have fun. And let's see if they have a second. Oh, they just have it. Unfortunate. So yeah, here's some animations from the Shurima video, basically. Always fun to see these Sun expeditions, especially seeing it flip here is pretty nice. I really like this, like an underplayed deck getting, and you have to be really lucky to get this Monogamian expeditions. Are not guaranteed to actually find it, and that's unfortunate. As we just only tap out here, going to be a loss if you can't deal with the Xerath. GG anyways. Okay, next game here. We have playing against Yuumi and Pantheon. Yuumi formerly was a very big star in expeditions. Let's see if the arrival of Jayce can change that. And yeah, it almost seems like a constructed deck, Yuumi Pantheon. But new patch, and let's see if our Jayce is actually better here. But Sentinel turn 1 is pretty nice. Can just get in with it. And yeah, seems good. 1 first blood damage. And against these decks, we generally want to go pretty aggressive. And yeah, Runeterra comes down. And Sentinel, very good curve here. Just play a bunch of units on curve and try to beat them down. Fearsome units are pretty good against this archetype. And they just have a Yuumi here. Oh, that's so bad for them. Let's just attack in. Even if they have like a sharp side here, we still have to push in damage. You can't just sit around and let them do that. They have a sharp side. So sharp side is really, really rare in expeditions, and generally you shouldn't just play around it. It just lives in like one archetype and doesn't live in like anything. But it seems like they specifically picked up the Vault of Crowns, the one archetype that the sharp side lives in. If it was just be a Pecs gate, it would have been fine here. Unfortunate, so I don't think we're gonna play around that. Okay, Lion Mystic, typical Pantheon card. Silence our guy. I think we have to try and take down the Yuumi here, and can't let that one live. Instead, we just have to push and damage here somehow. I'm just going to play out my Elusive, my Sky Cruiser. We can then push more damage in, and hopefully, like, we still have a long way to go. Pantheon comes out, so like draw 2 champions already. Once again, I think opponents are already good at drawing champions here. Down to 13 though, so if we get a little bit lucky, we might be able to push in the last few bits of damage. Second Yuumi already. Really unfortunate, just having all like 3 out of 4 champions here immediately. We could just go for this one, but I think we just level up our boat first before we try and eat it. And yeah. So we saw them play a sharp side here. They shouldn't have a single combat because of the single combat doesn't live in Vault of Crowns, unless they have moved very heavily into like the Demacian spells. They really have it, but they can't be true. Cataclysm. So they picked up Vault of Crowns and Challenger bucket. Interesting. Okay, we take some damage here. Maybe we should have played the Sapling Toss. It might have been a mistake. The Sapling Toss, drag away the Pantheon, push in even more damage. Let's go for the open attack here. This is actually going to be really close. We could... Maybe we misplayed. We should have just played Sapling Toss. Interesting. We would have pushed in 1 more or 4 more damage here. 1 more damage, I guess. But this could be really close. We're just going to take the pass here. They don't develop, that's fine with us. But yeah, seems like a pretty close game, I would say. And they go for a sharp side here, just to get the Pantheon progression. If they guys go for the attack here, Yuumi levels up. And that's a good thing here about like expeditions. They generally don't have like everything. It's likely you would play around a rally here, but I think we are fine. And I'm just going to see if they have a rally, but probably not. I'm just going to go to our turn and kill them. Okay, so do they have a rally? Okay, unfortunate. So, didn't expect it from the archetype, but it seems like they just have everything. And so close, we could have actually gotten like 1 damage here. 1 damage could have actually meant we would have won with our expedition deck against this list. But, so close. 1 damage off. Very unfortunate. Yeah, very unfortunate list here. So close. We will move down a little bit on the leaderboard probably, but still I'm just happy that we have an expeditions leaderboard now. The good players like I can just showcase how good they are in expeditions. And yeah, unfortunate loss here, but pretty good deck from opponent, almost constructed level. So very, very unlucky here. Okay, dropped a little bit down again, but that's fine, we can just climb up next one. 3 wins in total, that's just very nice. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. I'm looking forward to playing with Jayce in the future, Jhin in the future when it comes out. And yeah, it's just fun and a blast playing these new cards in expeditions. and just testing it out finally. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.